Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Dita. Today, I wanted to follow up on my previous posts about qualities to seek in a mentor. So today, I'm going to be talking about qualities to possess as a mentee because it goes both ways. So yes, oftentimes we get the opportunity to have a limited resource that we talked about as a mentor. So I wanted to talk about things or qualities to have as a mentee because it's going to basically balance each other. Okay, first and foremost, I think it's important for a mentee to be confident and or assertive. So pretty much be confident, be able to when we were in college, they will talk about having a 3-minute elevator speech. Yes, you need to have that. Always, you may not really have it in top points, but always know what you're going to tell people if you're ever in a situation where you just have to, just sell yourself really, really fast. You have to be able to approach them with confidence and be able to look them in the face and know the conversation without boring them or having them, not even remember you. So I think it's important to be confident and assertive. If you have to get a point across, do it confidently. Don't be meek or timid to the point where you can't even speak effectively. My second point is a mentee should be driven and have a go-getter mentality, okay? So pretty much, if you want something, hopefully you're someone who makes plans and knows what they want. You should be able to shoot for it and go for it. Those first two qualities I discussed would help you know and identify a potential resource. You see what I mean? Like, if you see someone who could help you, you're able to oh, I think this person will be able to help me with this first or second goal I have. That kind of mentality. My boss, she was telling some of my coworkers when I was interviewing for the job, I practically was the one stalking her. I would call her, follow up, email, all of that. So, and later when I got in the team, she was sharing it with the others wow, Rashida is a go-getter. So that's pretty much what you want. As a go-getter, you can't wait around and say, oh, maybe they will call you, maybe they will, maybe you don't want to bother them. No, you need to you need to go and get what you want essentially. So those two are very, very, very important. The third point is you obviously have to be goal-oriented. You need to know what you're about. You need to know what it is you want. You need to have ambition. You need to have an idea how you want to execute it, your goals, everything. You should always know what you are doing or what you are working on. That way, if you're one of my mentors, she actually has an NGO. I was asking her about a book the other day, and she was like, I was buying books, and I was like, which one of them does she think I should get? Because we share reading interests, and she's read some of the books I've read too. So she said, oh, I remember you said in the past you were interested in public speaking. So I think this book would help do that. So you see what I mean with having a goal. And obviously, I hope you would discuss your goals or your plans with your mentor. If they know this is what you're about, they are able to give you ideas or resources or tips that would help you push you in the direction of said goal. So that's why I think it's important to be goal oriented. Next, I think it's important to be able to maintain a relationship with your mentor. And of course, you already know you can have however many mentors you want. But the way I define maintaining a relationship is checking in once in a while. Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you know their birthday, I actually think it's important to know their birthdays and put it in your calendar, okay? Yes, I do that. Put it in your calendar so you can send them a note if you want to send a card or email, just so I personally don't like when people are remembered only when they need something. You get what I mean? Like, I don't know about you, but I personally don't like that. I don't want people remembering me only because they want something. So keeping them in mind during special occasions, events, their birthday, things like that. If they happen to be in your city or state, you guys can grab a bite or do something. So it's not just when you need help, or when you want them to read your resume, or when you want them to recommend a job, or that's when you are contacting them. It sort of doesn't look good. But that's my own opinion. Next, it's also important to be able to follow up. So, and what I mean by follow up is, maybe you guys have discussed something prior, right? And then they said they were going to contact you later, get back to you. Obviously, you thought about it like, it's been 3 days or 5 days or whatever, and you haven't heard from them. By all means, follow up, okay? Because like I said in my previous video, they are not obligated to helping you. So you need to follow up and contact them. Don't be one of those people that will say, oh, because she said she will follow up, or because she said she will call me, I will just wait, and you wait until eternity. No. Follow up and let them, let's say, oh, I was just following up about our conversation. It also shows, you are responsible and you are taking initiative, basically. So yeah, you need to know how to follow up, when to follow up, and their preferred method of communicating with them before you do follow up. The next point is very, very important. I think as a mentee, you need to have a plan and a solution, okay? So one of my previous jobs, my boss would always say, if you are thinking of a problem, right? Instead of going to your boss and saying, or your mentor and saying, oh, there is this problem, like, why not think of a solution that you can present to that problem? Does that make sense? So if you say, oh, there is this issue with this data warehouse or whatever thing you are working on, you should be able to go and go like, oh yes, there is this problem, and I think we might be able to do this, and this based on your level of expertise, right? Because you do have some experience. Don't sell yourself short. So it's good to always go. If you have a situation that needs to be resolved, go with options. That way, they may either go like, oh yeah, that's a great point, or be able to add to whatever it is you're already saying. Instead of you just waiting on them to just think of everything for you. Go, if you have a situation, go with a solution to the situation. The next is, you as a mentee, you need to be creative and strategic, okay? Like me, I'm always, I don't know, but I'm always thinking of, oh, how can I do this better? How can I have, let me just say this. One of my goals in life at any point in time is to be able to know the right person to get whatever information from. So for example, I want to know the right or best photographer. I want to know, well, maybe not best. I just want to know a photographer in my contacts. I want to know a good hairdresser. I want to know a good makeup artist. I want to know a good fashion designer, a good interior designer. You see what I mean? So if you know people like that, it's easy for you to strategize and go like, oh, how can I utilize this person's skill sets? So you have to be able to be creative and think strategically to be able to elicit people's help. So that's sort of how I see, being creative or strategic. Next, you have to be eager to learn, okay? You have to show some interest to learn. You have to be open-minded, okay? You can't be a closed book or just, oh, what you know is what you know. You don't want to be open to other things. Basically, you have to be flexible and open to learning and seeing things from other people's point of view, okay? And the next point, which is my 9th point, you have to be able to accept responsibility. So you guys had an appointment, you forgot. It does happen. It's happened to me many times. You forgot. I had a call the other day at 6 o'clock, and he was the one that basically texted me and was like, oh, are we still on? And I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot. Things like that. It's okay to, oh, you forgot, life happens, people get busy, you have a lot of responsibilities, people don't expect you to know everything as much as it's the preferred thing to do. But if you're ever in that situation, it's good to just say, oh, I'm sorry, or let me call you back in 10 minutes, or let me text you back in 10 minutes, because of course you want to be fully present when you are conversing with them. So it's okay to just apologize and say you forgot. We're human after all. And the final point, which I think is very, very important, is you have to be able to be open to networking. Be open, be available, go out and network with people. You meet a lot of different people doing the same thing as you, people open or aspiring to doing the same thing as you. And this is also a good way to identify potential resources that you could use in the future, because like we already established, we are all a limited resource in whatever it is we are doing. So it's good to keep your network open. Connect with them on LinkedIn, connect with them either on social media, because that's usually another good way. Like if people see your post, they go like, oh yeah, I remember I wanted to tell her something. However it is you can keep in touch, just stay in touch and be in some sort of network. There are also some, in my field, we have all these public health groups where you network, you meet some people, occasionally, maybe once a month for drinks, brunch, whatever. Social, that one is more just social networking. There are also all these groups where they post jobs. You sort of want to be in some sort of network, be it social, be it formal, whatever. You want to just be in a network where you can easily connect with people, dialogue, ask questions, people in the same background, whatever it is, even different backgrounds. Well, those are all the points I have as it comes to qualities to possess as a mentee. This is something that has worked for me, and there are things that people have talked about regarding me, like, oh, I'm a go-getter, I'm assertive, I have great relationship experience, I'm maintaining relationships, I'm good, I'm like I'm a monster when it comes to following up on people. Like if I really want something, I will practically stalk you until I get it. But yeah, these are things I'm obviously eager to learn. These are things that has worked for me, and I wanted to share it, with the hopes of at least helping somebody. So yes, we can say we want a mentor, but are we deserving of a mentor, So yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, if you need any clarifications or resources, maybe any of those resources I mentioned, I would be more than happy to link you up. Thank you again for stopping by. Until next time. Bye.